Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zachary. Once again, today is one of those one topic days. The NBA is getting pretty dry. But Kyrie Irving is back in the headlines once again. Except this time it doesn't really have anything to do with him requesting for a trade. Actually, it kind of does, but not really, since it's not like anything to do with him getting traded, but it still kind of Let me explain. Kyrie Irving was back in New Jersey where he grew up this weekend, and while he was there, he was at a gym playing some pickup basketball. And at some point during this game, Kyrie Irving got pretty frustrated with one of his teammates because he kept turning the ball over. And that's where this video came out.
We're on a real life court, E. It's not real life. Hey, no, serious? Okay, alright, so I'm gonna keep passing back and forth. I'm gonna hold the ball. Back to us. Bro, stop turning the ball over. I'm not rewarding that. I'm rewarding negative behavior. Turn the ball over. He hit that though.
From what I could hear and what we know, Irving's teammate committed a backcourt violation. He turned the ball over, but I guess he hit some shot afterwards. Irving lets him have it. He says, stop turning the ball over. The guy responds with, but I made the shot in something else. And then Kyrie Irving says, I'm not gonna reward negative behavior. And that's it for the video. That's all we know. Pretty much just a basic thing that happens sometimes when playing pickup basketball. What gets interesting about this though is how some people on the internet are reacting to Kyrie Irving yelling at his teammate for turning the ball over like that. You got some people saying that Kyrie Irving should chill out, that it's just a pickup game. He shouldn't be getting into his teammates like this for turning the ball over. Saying that he's a crybaby or that he's childish, a jerk. You get the picture, stuff like that. And you know they're right. It is just a pickup game, but at the same time, that pickup game has a ref in full uniform. So if that's the case, it must be at least kind of serious. And this is also why it kind of has something to do with his trade request from the Cavs. Irving said the main reason he wanted to be traded from the Cavs was so he could have his own team to lead. He knows if he stays in Cleveland, that will never happen while LeBron James there, because no one's going to choose Irving to lead a team over the greatest player in the NBA right now, LeBron James. However, when that news broke and people learned that that's why he wanted to be traded, people started to question whether or not he has what it takes to be a good leader. If he can be the guy on a good NBA team. He could be the guy on any NBA team, but it takes certain qualities to be the guy on a good NBA team. That's something that we didn't know whether or not Irving could be. People point to the fact that before LeBron James returned, the Cavaliers with Kyrie Irving weren't able to win anything, but at the same time, you could contribute that to the fact that Kyrie Irving was so young, always injured, and that the team around him was complete trash. But then with that argument out the way, they want to turn to the fact that when LeBron James sits out and Kyrie Irving plays, Cavaliers still struggle. I already told you guys what I thought it was. This team is built around LeBron James, not Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving trying to lead this team is like trying to start a Lambo with keys to a Ferrari. It ain't gonna work. So that's why some people are doubting and others are now doubting because of this video, saying that Kyrie Irving is too mean to be a leader. He's too much of a jerk to be a good leader. No one wants to play with a guy like that. I think it's just the opposite though. I think this video showed that Kyrie Irving just might have what it takes to be a really good leader. First off, I get where people are coming from that said that Irving was being too mean on that one guy. I understand that some people think that a good leader has to be kind, compassionate, caring. But the reality is that's not true at all. I love seeing Kyrie Irving hold that guy accountable. If he keeps messing up, let him hear about it. As a leader, you can't just keep letting that slide, because then that person gets it in their mind that it doesn't matter if I mess up because everyone else is still cool with me on the team. If I do mess up, it's no big deal, and you're never gonna win basketball games like that. A good leader has to come in and hold that guy accountable and say, you know what, you need to stop messing up before you don't get any playing time anymore. Let him hear about it. Get in his face. When Kyrie Irving said, I ain't rewarding negative behavior, that is perfect. Why on earth would you reward negative behavior? If one guy keeps turning the ball over and the other guy is out there actually getting buckets, are you gonna reward both of them? The guy that's actually doing good is like, why am I doing so good? And I get the same reward as a person that's holding the team back? No, reward them when they do good, but when they're doing bad and messing up like that guy was, you kind of gotta let them know. A good leader has to be the most competitive person on the team. They have to be the person that wants to win the most. And that means they have to be willing to do whatever it takes to win, even if that means getting up in the face of a teammate. That's the least that they have to be willing to do if they want to be a good winning leader. And just going back, looking at some of the most famous leaders in the basketball world. You have guys like Kobe Bryant. We all know how Kobe was. In practice, if you weren't treating it like it was game 7 of the NBA Finals, if you weren't giving above 100% every single practice, then you weren't gonna get along very well with Kobe Bryant. He was gonna chew you out for it. Same thing with Michael Jordan. We all heard stories about how ruthless Michael Jordan was when it came to trash talking, even if that meant trash talking his teammates who were underperforming or weren't doing their job. He would humiliate you in front of the entire team if that's what he had to do. And then one of the most respected people in the basketball universe, Greg Popovich. He is a really nice guy. He has a reputation for being an upstanding citizen, one of the nicest people on earth when he isn't coaching. When he is coaching, there's a completely different side to Greg Popovich. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this man get up in the face of his players. Greg Popovich would turn red looking like a freaking tomato, getting upset with some of his players, and I'm not even talking about just role players. He treated Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker, 3 future first ballot Hall of Famers, like they were rookies. He wouldn't treat them any differently just because they were the other leaders of the team. No, he would let them know when they were messing up and hold them accountable just like anyone else on the team. And in my mind, he's the greatest coach in NBA history, so what does that tell you about him as a leader? I'm not saying that in order to be a good leader on the basketball court, you have to be this mean, not caring, ruthless person. You don't have to treat the people around you like crap all of the time. Consistently be on them whether or not they are making mistakes, because at that point you're basically a tyrant. But in order to be an effective leader, you have to be able to hold people accountable. You have to demand the best out of people, and sometimes that means getting up in their face. And not everyone is cut out to do that. Not everyone can do that. But that's why not everyone is meant to be a leader, and it's a certain quality that certain leaders have. They're willing to be unliked by some in order to win. And since this is why Kyrie Irving wants to be traded so he can be a leader of his own team, it's good to know that he might have what it takes to actually be a good leader. I can guarantee you that if Kobe or MJ were in the exact same situation, they would have done the same thing Kyrie Irving did, but probably even worse. I'm sure that guy probably would have ran crying out the gym if it was either Kobe or MJ. So with Kyrie, he kind of got off easy. Conspiracy theory stretch time. What if this was staged? What if Kyrie Irving wanted to get this video out so he could show other teams that he might have what it takes to be a good leader, so they want to trade for him more? Probably not. And just a quick add-on to this though, a good leader would never, ever let JaVale McGee do something like this. McGee, I know you can shoot the 3-ball now, or at least that's what you've made us think, but that doesn't mean that you are Steph Curry. Actually though, now that I looked at it a few more times, some of his moves weren't too bad for a not the most coordinated big man on the face of the earth, but still, I pray that he never tries that in an actual NBA game, or he may never see the court again. But that's going to lead us to the question of the day. Do you guys think that Kyrie Irving has what it takes to be a good leader like Kobe was or MJ was? Let me know down in the comment section below, but now let's take a look at what you guys said in yesterday's video. And yesterday, after Stanley Johnson dropped 86 points in Drake's OVO Summer League Tournament basketball finale thing, I said he might be one of the breakout players of next year, and I asked you guys who you see having a breakout season, and here is what you said. Porzingis will have a breakout season because Rose is gone and Melo will get traded, which will make him more of a focal point. That is 100% facts. And I'm a Knicks fan if you can't tell from my profile picture. Kyrie to New York. I think Zach LaVine will explode in Chicago because he is the 3rd option in Minnesota and still managed to average 20+ points per game. Now that he's the 1st option in Chicago, I will say he's an all-star. LaVine is certainly capable of making the all-star game in the East next year, that's for sure. And if that's the case, he very well could be an all-star before Andrew Wiggins. I never thought that would happen. And if Melo does get traded, then I can for sure see Porzingis putting up some much better stats than he did last year. I'm talking maybe like even 25 points per game at least. Like always though, don't forget to leave your answer for today's question of the day down in the comment section below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more daily NBA videos. And until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!